Hello, welcome to All Day Crochet with me, Dina Kidd. And once in a while I do crochet all day, but not today. Today I'm filming this video to show how to make a swatch of double crochet stitches. Now I'm using here a 5mm or H or 8 size hook, and I'm using cotton worsted weight yarn, size 4, and the label on your yarn would show you what size your yarn is and what size hook to use. So check that out. Always read your label on your yarn to see what size hook you should use. Now I create tension by wrapping the yarn around my pinky finger, bringing it to the front of my hand, and then using my forefinger to create that tension. I'm also holding my work in my second finger and my thumb. And I'm going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I have a nice row of chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, you see the nice V that creates? That's the top of the chain. The bottom of the chain looks like this. And there's little bumps there, if you can see those bumps. And that's where we're going to be working. Because then this nice row of chain will be the finished edge of my swatch. I'm going to begin by inserting the hook from right to left in the third chain from the hook. So first, because this is double crochet, I'm going to yarn over. And then 1, 2, 3, that third bump, right to left, and draw up a loop. I'm going to have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops again. Next stitch, the third stitch, is yarning over, going into that back bump right to left, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, go through 2 again. And once again, yarning over. You're going to yarn over every time for double crochet at the beginning of the stitch before you insert your hook into the stitch. Pulling up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, 2 again. Yarn over, go through the stitch, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, 2 loops. And I'm going to do that all the way to the end. I'm going to speed up a little. I think the wonderful thing about videos is that you can watch them as many times as you need to in order to understand what's happening and how to do it. And there is my last bump. And there you go. And that's what you should have. Now, if I look at the top here, I should have 10 V's, 10 chain looking stitches at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now on to the next row. The next row with double crochet, you're going to make 2 chain, 1, 2. Then you're going to turn the work over. Now, the next stitch, because these 2 chains form the first stitch, you're not going to insert your hook into this place. You're going to insert it in this. So if you see there's a row of chains there, and you're going to go into these spaces. That is the stitch. So with double crochet, you always yarn over at the beginning, go through the stitch indicated, 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through 2, go through 2 again. Yarn over, insert your hook front to back or right to left, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, go through 2 again. Yarn over, go through your stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, go through 2 again. And now I'm just going to speed up a little bit till I get to the last stitch. Now that last stitch is actually the last chain that you made in your first row. And you have to remember to go through that stitch or you will not have 10 stitches. So if I put that down, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you look here, I have 10 V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And remember, that is the second chain of the chain 2 of that first stitch. And read your directions to make sure that you're going through the right space. I'm going to chain 2, I'm going to chain 2 again, turn my work. Remember, I'm not going into this stitch because that chain 2 creates that first double crochet. And see how nice and straight that is? That's what you're looking for. So your next stitch is going into the second stitch of the row before. And then you're going to work your double crochets. Now, okay, how are you liking this? Is this going well for you? Hey, and look at this nice nail polish I got on. It's called, it's by Essie and it's called Infinity Cool. And if you subscribe and like my videos, I'm going to say that you're infinity cool. To infinity cool and beyond. There you go. Okay, I'm almost to the end of my third row. And now, when you're on this last stitch, sometimes it's hard to get the hook into that last V, which is the chain, the second chain of the chain 2 that you made. So now you can see the bump there. See that bump? That's the back of the chain 2. Now if I turn my work a little bit and try to get my hook in there, that might make it a bit easier. But even now I'm struggling just a little bit. And partly because this cotton yarn is not real smooth to work with. So I hope you're not starting out with cotton yarn. Maybe you are. There we go. Now I've got it. It wasn't too much of a struggle. I just have to remember to keep that chain 2 relatively loose in order to get it in. Now I've got a nice, I've got 1, 2, 3 rows of double crochet. It has a nice straight edge. If you're not doing it properly, you won't have this nice straight edges. Okay? And if I look here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure that you do count your stitches regularly to make sure that you have the right amount, that you haven't made a mistake. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something new today.